Hello everybody, and welcome to another Revolution Animals vlog for Animal Welfare Wednesday. This week is Be Kind to Animals Week, and I just wanted to post something to discuss a little bit on a very general level, but about animal welfare and what I think that Be Kind to Animals Week can help us to reflect upon to improve our animals' welfare in general. So Be Kind to Animals Week was originated in 1915 by the American Humane Association and started off as a way to just highlight the basic needs of animals and just the idea of being kind to them at the very basic level. And I think it's amazing that it's stuck around all these many years, and now we see it across the globe as a hashtag on our social media. And there's lots of cool resources that you can see online this week promoting animal welfare and giving people some things to think about in terms of what it means to be kind to their animals. But I think it goes well beyond just being nice and providing the basics being veterinary care, food, water, shelter. There have been some other things discussed like providing training and making sure that your animals have enrichment, which are all wonderful things that we should be doing on a daily basis or routinely, just as the very basics of what all animals deserve if we are going to be the guardians of those animals. But animal welfare goes much deeper than that, and welfare science is progressing now to recognize and understand more the concept that animals are feeling individuals. They have emotions, they have motivations, they have needs beyond just the basics of what keeps them alive. And to provide good welfare really means to consider animals as individuals on a species level, but also much more deeply on an individual level. So I had a really cool conversation with a client last week, about a situation that I thought highlighted what it meant to understand an animal as an individual, and something that I think we should be thinking about more as we're thinking about being kind to animals this week and every day. So this client has a puppy, and if they're watching this, they're going to know who they are, and I wanted them to know that I appreciate so much the thought that they put into my brain. And that was that they have this puppy who is not at all what they anticipated or wanted necessarily. But they have recognized that, and they have sort of set aside that hope and original intention that they had. They recognize who this puppy is, they understand that, and they honor this puppy for who he is. And by doing that, by identifying that this puppy has particular unique personality and different needs than what the puppy they had hoped for might have had, they're able to provide better for him in terms of emotional well-being and also in developing the relationship with him. So I thought that was really cool because a lot of times we really think about animals as we provide them with the basics, and then we try to fit them into our lives in the way that we want. We keep horses in ways that are convenient and set up in ways that are sort of within tradition, the way things have always been done, and we don't consider them as individuals. Dogs as well. We think every dog needs the same thing in terms of interaction. We want them to be friendly and enjoy physical attention. We want them to be perfect on walks and to be social with other animals. Cats as well, we want them to fit into ways that are going to be convenient for us as well. And then when they don't, we try to force that often. I think this is a generalization that I can safely make here based on my observations. But I think that if we're going to be kind to animals, we just have to be kind. It's quite a simple thing to do that has such a ripple effect throughout their life in terms of well-being, is that if we look at each animal as an individual and we look at what they need for their emotional well-being, not just their basic maintenance of life, but them as individual living beings with feelings, then we can provide such good welfare for them in that way. And so coming back to that puppy example is that if you look at your animal as who they are, what do they need? What makes them happy? How do you build a relationship with them that's going to be cooperative and mutual, not just us keeping the animal for our sake? Then I think that comes to bring good welfare, just way beyond just the basics of care. So that's what I've reflected upon this week, and I hope that gives you something to think about as well. If you're looking at your own animal right now, whether that's a horse or a dog or a cat, or any animal for that matter that you have in your life, think about who they are, think about what they need as who they are, and try to honor that. And then look to evidence-based resources to help fulfill that. Understanding your animal is something that I do think requires an evidence-based approach. It's easy to anthropomorphize, to just apply our own thoughts and feelings to animals. And while I think occasionally we definitely need a more emotional-based approach to our animals' care and understanding them, that we do still need to come back to evidence-based, and that being evidence from scientific resources. So seeking out a professional like your veterinarian or a behavior professional, an ethologist, these are all behavioral professionals to help you to understand your animal and provide good welfare.